Hey, it's me, Tommy. I've got the Nikon Z6 here with the new 24-70 f2.8S lens, and I've just updated the firmware on the Z6 to the 3.0 update that adds eye autofocus and improved low light autofocus. So let's switch these out real quick. I'm on my GH5 now. Let's go on to the Z6. Alright, so the purpose of this video is to test the autofocus of the Z6 with the 24-70 f2.8 lens for video shooters. Now, I was excited when I heard they added eye autofocus tracking because I shoot video and I need that, or well, I really want it. And it turns out I don't really need it because it's not actually available on the Z6 in movie mode. It's only available for photography, which is why you've probably seen so many eye autofocus videos for the Z6 with them only taking photos or recording the back of the screen while it's doing its eye autofocusing. It's not available in movie mode, and neither is the low light autofocus mode that was made available. However, the firmware update notes did say that the autofocus in movie mode was improved while shooting video and in low light. So I'm going to try and test that out for you now, and we'll see how great it actually works. Now, I think everyone kind of thinks filming these videos is kind of tedious and boring, and nobody really likes to do it. And of course, I think some people think these videos are annoying, but I still think that this type of video is valuable for someone who's trying to determine if this camera is going to work for them when they're trying to film themselves, or particularly for YouTube. So without further ado, let's get to the testing. Alright, so this is going to be a test in ideal situations, basically nice key light, good backlighting, separation from the background. And now we're just going to go into voiceover mode while I do my little dance. Now, ignoring the fact that I was in auto white balance and my colors are a little messed up, we can see that the autofocus for video works really well when my face pops into the screen. Now yes, this is in ideal lighting conditions, but this is also the situation where I need autofocus the most. The Z6 does not have a flip out screen, but I usually use a monitor anyways. Now that's not the problem. When I manual focus myself on my GH5, it takes a ton of time just to make sure that I'm perfectly in focus, because I do move my camera around and I need everything to be focused just right. And as I pop in and out of the screen and I zoom in a little bit, anytime my face is in the screen, it locks on really well. I don't need eye autofocus because I'm not shooting macro shots of my face at close-up, which, you know, sometimes photographers will have, you know, the 70-200 style lens, and that one will have, you know, can have problems if you're focusing on your eyelashes or slightly behind the eye, but generally my whole face is in focus. Now we're going to go to less ideal lighting conditions. When I turn my key light off, you can see my face is still picked up really well. All I have is the, you know, hair / rim light and some fill light that is blue. And that's enough for the Z6 to pick onto my face as soon as I pop back into the frame. And also the low light autofocus was improved for movie, and you can see that it's working really well here. I think before the firmware update, the Z6 would have had a really hard time keeping my face locked on in this lighting scenario. And if we turn off even more light, I think this scenario might even be easier for the Z6 to lock onto my face because there's more contrast in the scene. But if we go back to something that's a little bit more difficult, like we just turn on the house lights behind me, give me a little bit more backlight, and remove my key light a little bit, all the way down to 10%. If I was trying to use something like my GH5 right now, this would be an absolute no-go. It would just stay locked onto the background. But it picks up my face right away, yet again. The face tracking works really well for movie mode, which is how I shoot most of my videos, and I'm definitely happy with this. I've gone handheld for this one. We got a little Tesla bobblehead there on my workbench, and a couple things in the back there. And I can already see the face box is circled here on Nicola the bobblehead. Let's wiggle him around, give the camera a challenge. And it is locked on that face there really well. Let's go back to the back a little bit. Again, I haven't tapped on anything, it's just automatically picking things to focus on, and that face, it just picks it up right away. Alright, let's tap on this lens cap over there. And we are tracking it pretty well. Wow, very impressive. All right, and to clear it, hit the magnifying glass minus, and it picked Tesla back up right away. I'm really impressed with the autofocus on the Z6 so far. I will be doing some side-by-sides against the Fujifilm X-T3 and some other comparisons against the GH5 and all that. If you want to see these videos, make sure you're subscribed. If you do want to get your own Nikon Z6 or the 24-70 2.8, I have links to Adorama in the description of this video. If you use those links, it will help support my channel so I can make more videos like these for you guys. And also it'll let Adorama know that it wasn't a complete waste of time to send me out this gear. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.